All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about our front of house morning mastery. And if you're a front staff working our morning, and this training's for you. Usually the morning we have at 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and we have usually someone else who arrives about 11 to 3:30. But this is kind of the shift between 10 a.m. till 3:30 is the shift, and usually the person who comes in the afternoon or evening kind of starts at 3:30. So this, all the different points of the buffet, hold your thoughts. This is going to be long. So let's go deep. So lunch buffet hours and days, it's 11 a.m. till 1:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So if a customer arrives at 10:55, we do not turn them down. We say, well, we're still setting up the buffet. Is there any particular pizza you would like? We can make that happen as well, or whatever it is. And if a customer arrives past 1:30, so that's going to be a little bit flexible. So here's what's going to happen. Past 1:30, especially on the weekends, if we still have enough more or less fresh pizzas up or whatever it is, I would communicate that to the customer. So we're done, but it seems like we have some fresh pizzas up, and please go take a look at it. We'd be happy to put another pizza for you or something like that. We usually drag the buffet on weekends, sometimes till 2 or 2:30. That's too late. Usually around 2 would be kind of a good thing for that. But if we don't have usually a lot of pizzas up or something like that, weekdays, especially past 1:30, we can always as well sell buffet and say, hey, I'm sorry, the buffet time is over. However, if you would like just to see what we have up there, I can charge you kids buffet price, which is $3.99 plus tax, if you would like to just eat what we have up there. Some people who are like workers in this area, they want something fast, they want food right now, and $3.99 is really no money. They're just like, yes, I'm just going to eat what you have up there. We don't add anything to it. That's as well a possibility. Lunch buffet hours on weekends, I already told you about that. What pizzas are usually on buffet? So we usually have, in the morning, the person who comes, our pizza makers, preps some different pizzas. So we have usually a pepperoni on the whole pie, half mushroom, half jalapeno. We put a pepperoni up usually, supreme, pepperoni and sausage, molto meat, just sausage, and Hawaiian. These are some of the basic ones that we put up. If a customer wants a particular pizza, they're like, I would like artichokes, pepperoni, and black olives, we can make that happen for them. The only thing is you need to make sure to go back and communicate that to our kitchen. And if it's a weird topping like that, or if hypothetically it's pepperoni and beef. If it's pepperoni and beef, we can make it on a 16-inch because it's something that most likely everybody will eat. But if it's the pepperoni, artichokes, and black olives or something like that, not everybody may eat that, so we may make it on a 10-inch pizza, and we still make it happen for our customer. Usually give the customer a timeline. It's going to be about 7 minutes before it's ready. So the customer knows if a pizza is going to have more than like 3 toppings, you can write it in a piece of paper and hand it to the cook. One of the things you need to make sure, if a customer makes a special request out of courtesy, you want to make sure that you communicate that to the pizza maker and say, hey, when that pizza blah, blah, blah comes out, please put a couple of slices of it in a plate and hand it to me. So you want to remember which customer it was, usually if you want to remember like the color of their shirt or something like that, and how they looked, so you can take a couple slices in a plate to them. It'll go a long way if you do that. Like, hey sir, I got your pepperoni, artichokes, and black olive. Just want to make sure that you don't miss out on that pizza, so I got a couple of slices for you. If you would like more, there is on the buffet. We never, if it's a buffet pizza, it never goes to a table as a whole pizza, but you're welcome to grab a few slices to take it to a customer. If we have anybody wearing a uniform, in other words, if we have a police officer, I don't know, like anybody who's servicemen, I don't know who else uniform, but obviously a military uniform, you always want to thank them for their service to our community and say, I'd be happy to give you 10% off. Thank you so much for your service. If they have a uniform, if they, that is the only time that we offer ourselves. If the person has military discount, in other words, military ID or something like that, we do not usually offer, in other words, offer the discount unless they ask for it. They're like, hey, do you guys have military discount? Absolutely, and then you give it to them. So a lot of people, they're independent, I mean, they're the dependents of a military person, so it's hard to know sometimes, well, it's not hard to know the color of the ID, it looks different, but thanking them for their service or whatever it is. But usually people in uniform for sure, if it's like a police officer or something like that, you want to make sure you take good care of them, and we thanking them for their service. Next, I want to go over what are some of the things that are on the buffet in the morning, so you have a good understanding of, even if a customer asks you, so you know what to give the answer. So we do have spaghetti and meatballs on the buffet. We have buffet pizza rolls, which ultimately is a medium dough. We stretch it long. We put cheese and pepperoni on it, and then we close it, and then we cut it into pieces. So it's ultimately is that. We call it buffet pizza rolls. We have what we call garlic nuggets. Our garlic nuggets are pieces of dough we cut into pieces. We fry them, and we coat them with our garlic butter and Parmesan and a little bit of parsley. That's our garlic nuggets. We have salad. Usually we have ranch on the buffet, and the reason is because it's the most popular dressing. However, if a customer asks you, hey, can I have blue cheese dressing? Can I have a vinaigrette or something like that? You want to say, absolutely. Which vinaigrette would you like? Your house vinaigrette. You're like, we make them both in-house, both Italian and balsamic. So they're going to tell you which one it is, and you please go back on top of the Coca-Cola machine, or inside the Coca-Cola machine is where we have our dressings right now. Grab that dressing and give it to the customer. If they would like Parmesan, if a customer wants Parmesan, you want to give that to them as well. How often to check the buffet to make sure there is enough food? So always when we have like about 10 people go through the buffet, always when we have a large group of people who go through the buffet or something like that, right after you want to go, because they've already gone through a lot of things in the buffet, and so you want to go and make sure that we have enough salads, chocolate cake, garlic nuggets, everything. So it's a lot of times right after. So what happens is, if right after a group of people going through the restaurant, or every 10 people you check the buffet, what that means is that if there is other people coming in afterwards, you know, what I'm trying to say is like 10 people come, and 1, 2 people later, 3 people later, 5 people later come in. You go check the buffet, and we don't have those 10 people actively eating the buffet right now, because they've already gotten a lot of their food and they're continuing to eat. When you restock and work with the kitchen to restock the buffet, the following guests who come, they will have a restocked buffet. So we are preparing the buffet always for the people to come, not necessarily for people that are there. I don't know if it makes sense. So with the pizza, the way it works is we're going to put like 2 pizzas in. We start with that, and as soon as we have like 3 people coming in, the 2 pizzas that we have on the buffet is going to be enough for them, but it will not be enough for the people that are coming in right after in the future. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to have new people coming in. So we put pizzas in for the people that are coming in. I don't know if it makes sense. We're always trying to be ahead. So we're always trying to be restocked for the people that are going to come into the buffet. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but you'll see what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, please ask. Next, if you are new to our restaurant, you are going to first watch our menu training and our POS training. Those 2 are very important. And so at that point, once you know those 2 things, you can learn how to, handle the phone. But in the meantime, if you don't know, you need to make sure that if you're working with someone else, which is usually in the morning, you want to make sure to place that phone on hold. And what that means is, if a phone is ringing and your coworker is on the register, you want to place that phone on hold, go in and tell your coworker, hey, let me take over the register, please answer this phone. So I'm going to go over how to place a phone on hold. So the way to do that is, you're going to answer the phone, and first you're going to say, thank you so much for calling Matanga's Pizzeria. You're showing that you're grateful for them to calling us. Second, you're going to introduce yourself so they know who they're talking to. So you're like, this is Hangam. And you can say, I apologize, can I please place you on hold? Or you can do that as well. You can say, I'm sorry, we are assisting other customers right now, I need to place you on hold. However, if you would like to place your order, you can as well always do that on our website, www.matangas.com. But in the meantime, I'm sorry, I have to place you on hold. And so the customer knows that you provided them a solution, that if you have to place them on hold and they want to order their food, they can just do that online. So again, thank you so much for calling Matanga's Pizzeria. This is Hangam. Would you please hold? And they're going to say yes or no. Thank you so much. And you can place on hold, or I'll always as well offer that solution to them so they can place their order online. If there is a group of 8 at the register, so here's what's going to happen. Whenever a customer orders buffet, there's going to be a ticket printing in the kitchen. And that is perfect when we have group of 1 to 3 coming in. However, sometimes there are groups of people. There are like 8 people that come in, or 10 people that come in, or even 6 people that come in. If it's a group of more than 5 that come in, by the time they pay one by one and get to the buffet, it may be too late, because 10 people coming in, if we have like 3 pizzas up, that's not going to be enough for 3 people. So what that means is that as soon as we see a group of people of more than 5 standing on the register, if you are not the person on the register, even if you are on the person on the register, as soon as you process the first one, when they swipe their card for the credit card, when they're signing it, you're going to have like 30 seconds on that time, and you're going to say, would you hold on just a second? I'm going to let the cooks know. So we stock on the pizza. So when you guys get to that, we have enough, and you're going to run to the kitchen and say, hey guys, I have 8 people on the register right now. Please put enough pizzas in, and you're going to run back and you're going to process the other folks'. If you're not the person on the register, you see a group of people at the register, you be the one who goes and communicates that to the kitchen. Again, the purpose is by the time that 8th person places their order, it may take up to 5 minutes or something like that, we will have fresh pizza up. So again, the time it takes for the buffet is 5 minutes in the oven, and we always prep pizzas and we have them ready to go. So in the POS, we have 4 buttons that are for buffet. We have the adult meal, we have adult drink, we have kids meal, and we have kids drink. The price difference between regular drink and a buffet drink, and let me tell you why. So usually the adult meal, it is $7.99 plus tax. If a customer asks you how much is the buffet, it is $7.99 plus tax. You never want to say $8.45 or whatever it is with tax. And the reason for that is because the tax is not our money, it's the government's money. And that's the same reason when you go to Walmart or H-E-B, when you shop, they do not put the prices on all their ingredients everywhere, or any restaurant you go in the United States of America. They never put their prices with tax, because tax is not our money. It's the government's money. It's just the privilege of living in America. It's not our money. So how much is the buffet? You always want to say it's $7.99 plus tax. So the customer knows that, again, because that's not our money. So here's what happens. The $7.99 plus tax, which is the buffet price, the drink, a regular drink is $2.25. However, the buffet drink, we decided that if it was going to be $2.25, the with tax was going to be more than $10. And it seemed that's too much for a lunch, especially for a lot of the folks who eat lunch like every meal. A lot of folks who live in this area, work in this area, they eat out every meal. So $10 is a little too much. So we want it to be below that, and that's the reason if a customer gets a drink with their buffet, you are going to use that button that is drink in the buffet area within the POS, which is, I think it's $1.19, so it's very cheap to get a drink actually. And so for little children, if the age 3 to 10, it is $3.99. If the age of the child is 3, we could forego that. The drink, however, is if they get that mood cups, those we get them branded, and they're very expensive cups. So those for the kids are going to be $2.25, and every time they bring that cup back for the refill, it's going to be, from then on, the price is going to be 25 cents for that child to get a drink with that cup when they bring that cup back for future visits. You want to make sure to communicate that to the customer. And but the buffet, again, if they have like 3 kids and one of them is 3 years old, we could forego that. But kids that are more than 3, my son is 4, he eats a good bit. $3.99 any kid's meal, you go anywhere, it's on average $4.99 actually. So that is fair enough. So remember that. Next, the chocolate cake is the front staff. Once you do all the checklist that is for the front, it involves mopping and the chairs, the soda nozzles, and if you read your checklist and all of that, is preparing the chocolate cake for the buffet. The chocolate cake is usually in the Coca-Cola fridge. If you are unable to find it there, it's most likely in the walk-in fridge. And you want to ask a coworker, if you're unable to find it yourself, you want to ask a coworker to help you. The buffet plates always, okay, so let's see, that's the chocolate cake. We usually put it in a rectangle white dish, and we put it on the salad area to keep it cold. Always when you have more than 10 people go through the buffet, every 10 people you want to make sure we have enough chocolate cake on the buffet as well. Then let's talk about the buffet plates. So as we are bussing tables, you need to realize that the difference between the buffet and the dinner shift when it comes to plates is that a lot of times with the dinner shift, one customer usually uses 1 plate. But during the buffet, a lot of times one customer may use 3 plates because they make 3 visits to the buffet area. So they may use 3 plates, and that can lead to a point that we run out of plates, and we don't want that, obviously. So one of the things, as soon as we have a stack of plates, like 20 plates or something like that, you take it back to the kitchen and you say, hey guys, I have plates for you. And the reason for that is we want to make sure those plates get done before we get busy and we may be likely to run out of plates. We want to make sure that, hey, we ran out of plates, you go back there and we have already washed and dried a stack of plates ready for you to grab and bring to the buffet area. Especially on Fridays, we're a lot likely to run out of plates. So you want to remember that. As soon as you have some plates, take them back and let the kitchen staff know, hey folks, I have plates for you, please wash them as soon as you can, or whatever it is. So what if we run out of plates? So one, as a team, we failed to communicate the urgency. We did not remember to do plates or whatever it was. Go and find paper plates. Where are the paper plates? There are by the buffet area on the other side, on the kitchen side, on the buffet area, where we put plates in, where we put pizzas, bottom far to the left, next to the iced tea area. That's where we have our paper plates. That's just a temporary fix until as soon as we have some regular plates, we need to replace that. People usually do not like to use paper plates for that. Pre-bussing buffet plates. So let me fix that. So here's what happens, customers on the buffet times are providing our front staff providing you with tips. That means you need to be hustling in the dining room. You need to be sweeping, you need to wiping down tables, you need to check on their tables and stuff just to make sure they're happy with everything. If there's anything else you can get for them on the buffet, we make sure to make that happen for them. And you pre-bussing those plates. Again, people don't want to have that stack of plates on their table, and the reason for that is because they're going to feel bad. Oh man, I ate so much, or whatever it is. We want them to eat a lot, but we don't want them to perceive as if they ate so much and feel bad about it. So we want to pre-bus those plates and say, hey, let me get that out of your way and stuff. So that's pre-bussing plates, always in the dining room. Next, you want to exceed our customers' expectation and consequently receive more tips. Smile, get customer refills. In a buffet setting, customers may not expect you to get them refills, and that's the point that you want to exceed their expectation. When you go and to the dining room, like as soon as their drink is hitting less than that 50%, you want to offer them, sir, what are you drinking? Instead of saying, can I get you a refill? If you tell them, can I get you a refill, they're going to most likely tell you no. So that was the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is to say, sir, what are you eating what are you drinking, sir? Let me fill that up for you, and then you go get it for them. Oh, and you, ma'am, and then you get the two of them. Make sure that maybe get a little bit more ice for them and get that refill happening. So that is exceeding expectation. You checking on them, making sure that they're happy with everything and all of that. Never two people on one task unless necessary. So we may be very low on pizza boxes or on ranch or Parmesan and something like that. We want to make sure that they're not two people making pizza boxes, two people making ranch. And the reason for that is that usually a lot of folks in the front have a bad habit of two people doing a task and standing there idle, and you do not want to do that. We want to make sure our focus is in the dining room with our customers. Those are the people who are providing you tips, and you need to hustle and show them that you are working. And standing behind the bar, two of you making pizza boxes for 20 minutes is not really doing that. And consequently, your tip is going to be affected by it. A lot of customers are more than happy to leave you a cash tip on the table if you do show that you do hustle. So remember that. Be best friends with the broom and the wet towel. So that one is always be sweeping in the dining room. If you don't know what to do, always sweep. We do sweep at the end of the shift always, but during the shift we need to sweep as well. We always need to be sweeping. We need to always be wiping tables and do it again and again and again. Smiling. Usually people are in the middle of work. They're coming to visit us. It's their lunch break. We want to make sure we are cheerful, that, hey, we're glad that they're here. We're smiling, and we're making sure that we are in a good mood. Even if we're not, we want to make sure we smile. Never an awkward moment behind the register. So let's see, ask questions, show interest. So when you're going to have like about 30 seconds or less on that register before that customer, let's not read, I will read that in a second. You have like about less than 30 seconds on that register when you are swiping the card for that customer for them to process their payment. And you never want to have that silent, awkward moment. That is your only time you have to make a connection. And that's going to be your time to, again, make that connection, show that you're a human, and consequently, you will see that customers are more likely to leave you a tip because you made a connection with them and you are not a robot on the register. So you're like, well, what am I going to talk to them? Blah, blah, blah. So let's go over this. So a lot of them are wearing a work uniform. You can tell. A lot of them have their name tag. It looks like they were in between work. And you can always, so how was work today? Had fun at work this morning? You know, and then they're going to say yes or no. So what do you do, sir? People are more likely to have, I'm an electrician, I'm a plumber, and whatever it is, they're happy to tell you. You know, so where do y'all work, or something like that. So you have a group of guys that it seems like they're all working, you know, from the same company. That's why they came in together. They're wearing the same kind of clothes. So where do y'all work, or how long have you worked there, or what do you like about what you do? Man, that sounds fun. Or had fun at work this morning. I mean, like these are some, I mean, people are more likely, I mean, these are the questions. Just read them for a second. Again, how was work today? Had fun at work this morning? What do you do? Where do you all work? How long have you worked there? What do you like about it? Just interesting. And so these are the ones that you can always, at buffet time, on the register, these are questions that you can always ask, and people are always have an answer to. It won't be an awkward moment. Always smile. Show that you care and, show interest in them. Next, you want to say, oh, interesting, and ask them more questions. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm a plumber, or whatever it is. Wow, cool. How long have you worked there? They're like, 20 years. Wow, you must really love it. So you are continuing that conversation. You're not, again, being a robot. So this is a restaurant industry. It's a people industry. So that's kind of for that. So always on the register, other things is like, oh, what's your favorite pizza topping? Obviously, if it's for the dinner shift, people are telling you what their favorite pizza topping is because that's what they're ordering, right? But let me know if there's anything else I can get for you guys. If there's any particular pizza topping combination you would like on the buffet, we can make that happen as well for you. So you want to tell them that. Always you want to, if customers walking in, it seems like, oh, they don't know what to order, you want to say, hey, is this your first time? Want to let you know we have a lunch buffet as well. Would you like to go take a look at it and see if it's appealing to you? It's $7.99 plus tax. You know, so usually it's far better for people to order a buffet just because you can get a little bit of a few things versus ordering one order of spaghetti meatballs or one calzone or one pizza. They can get a little bit of a lot of things. So a lot of people are more likely to do buffet. If a customer, it seems like it's their first time, or like, oh, this is my first time, or whatever it is, and they did not know that we have a lunch buffet. If a customer walks in and say, hey, I would like one buffet and a drink, that means that this is not for their first time, and they know about us, and they've been here before. And obviously, you want to thank them for being back. But it seems like if someone doesn't know, you're like, oh, so how did you hear about us, or whatever, let them talk a little bit so you are gathering intel. And always when you say goodbye to them, thank you guys so much, and hope you enjoy your lunch, sir. And a lot of times I always tell them, you know, hope you're super hungry because, you know, it's buffet. Thank you so much for coming in today. And always, again, make a connection. Get our guests to talk about themselves as well. So enjoy your lunch. Make sure that you finish with that. What can I do for you today? Would you like a drink as well on the buffet? So the customer's like, oh, I would like a lunch buffet. Would you like a drink as well? So buffet does not get table numbers. And so that's that. Greeting our customers. As soon as they walk in, you need to give them a warm welcome, that you are so happy to see them as if they're your best friend. Hey, howdy guys, welcome to Matangas. Great seeing you guys. What can I do for you? Get them going really fast. Saying goodbye. You always want to make an effort. Walk toward the door. As soon as, when it seems like they're walking toward the door to leave, you walk toward the door. You make that effort. You go the extra mile and say, thank you guys so much for coming in today. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you guys soon, or we appreciate it, or whatever it is. So show that you are grateful. Let's talk about our lunch special. So these were all the buffet. Buffet doesn't get any table numbers. So let's talk about our lunch specials. We have two lunch specials. One is our one slice with up to 2 toppings and a garden salad with the dressing of their choice and a drink for $6.99. That's the price right now. You always want to make sure that, you know, the price does match what I'm saying right now, because the price may go up or something. And one of the things that you must remember in this case is that customers receive a table number in this case. So the only case that the customer does not receive a table number in a dine-in setting is for buffet. So the way it works, the customers, like, you know, a lot of times, the lunch specials that we have, it's not on the menu. We don't advertise it too much because, and here's the reason, is because we don't make a lot of slices. They lose their shape. It's a New York style thing that it is. And I can tell you how we make it in a little bit, but we don't make a lot of it for one. And we prefer people to eat buffet, and the reason is because production-wise, in the morning we have a very limited number of people in the kitchen, and we want buffet is just easier because we prepare the pizzas in the morning, and it's just easier to serve our customers. If you have 10 people with lunch specials, it's going to be way more complex than 10 people with buffet. So that's what we don't usually advertise it. So if a customer walks in and asks for it because they already know that we used to offer that, it used to be an item on our menu, and we'll be happy to take care of them. So always when a customer is like, oh, I would like to do the one slice, 2 topping with a salad, fantastic. What 2 toppings would you like? It's up to 2 toppings. What up to 2 toppings would you like on your slice? What dressing would you like on your salad? Oops, sorry. You want to make sure we get their salad dressing, and then you hand them a to-go cup. Not a to-go cup, I'm sorry. You hand them a cup unless they want a to-go cup. You don't give it to them unless they ask for it. And then you give them a table number. So how long it takes to make a pizza for the buffet and bake it is about less than 5 minutes. It's actually 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Slices about 10 minutes. So just remember that. So that's why, again, we usually don't want slices. We prefer buffet. Over communicate with the kitchen staff if something is low. If there is a customer special request, praise, correction, if there's a big group at the register. So this is, I'm emphasizing over communicating in different cases with our kitchen staff. I don't know if I have talked about the slices. I want to go back to this so I can explain how we make our slices. So our slices is something that we inherited from the past. And our slices, the way we make them, it's a party-sized pizza. It's a 20-inch. We sauce it, and we put a little bit of cheese in the center of the circle of the pizza. And we bake it for about 10 minutes. When it comes out, we cut it into 6. So it's our party pizza. We cut it into 6 slices. And when a customer orders slices, again, if you can picture it, and you see it in the back, it's a lot of sauce and there's a little bit of cheese in the center. And the reason we put a little bit of cheese in the center is because the point of the triangle of the slice in the front is not too flimsy. And the reason we don't put cheese on the whole pie is because when we reheat that in the deck oven, when it's not fresh cheese on it, it wasn't looking necessarily very good. And that's the reason, so when a customer orders hypothetically a pepperoni sausage, we put fresh cheese on that slice, on the sauce that was baked, and we put the toppings on it. And that way we felt like it's fresher and it tastes better and it looks better. So a lot of New York style is going to be a lot of places, I mean like New York style, slice is going to be, they making their slices ahead of time. So they make a slice of supreme, they make your slice of pepperoni, and you are like, so what slices you guys have today? And they're like, oh, we have a slice of supreme and a slice of pepperoni and a slice of sausage. And you just tell them, oh, I would like the sausage, and they stick it in the oven and they serve it to you. But we make it to order because it's a New York style, Texas style slice. What are you going to do? So that's that one. We have the other lunch special, one that is a 2 slices, each with up to 2 toppings and a drink. That one as well is the same. A customer's like, I would like to do the 2 slices. Fantastic. What can I get for your first slice? And they're going to hypothetically tell you, I want pepperoni and mushroom. And fantastic. What would you like on your second slice? And here's what you need to do. Always click on the next slice button. If you do not, the kitchen will not understand what the customer wants. So you may say sausage, and the next slice, pepperoni. If you don't specifically click on the next slice button, and when you are reading back that ticket to a customer, make sure that button is there. Otherwise, make sure to add it. If not, make sure to communicate that to the kitchen. Once you send that, go back and say, hey guys, I want to confirm that slice number 1, X and Y, and slice number 2, just X. Is that correct? Okay, yes. So always a table number with this one. Make sure you get the 2 toppings. And here's what happens. If a customer wants 3 toppings, that's fine as well. Any extra toppings is going to be 50 cents. So that would be with the slices. And if they wanted, we can get it to go as well for them. You give them a to-go cup. Yes, and so we can make it happen for them. And if it's a carry-out or whatever, always keep an eye on the carry-outs as well. Make sure that we are able to pump that out in less than 10 minutes. Over communicating with our customers. If there is not enough food on the buffet and you know the kitchen is on top of it, go to the dining room, communicate it to your kitchen. So we have new people coming in and it seems like there are no pizzas up. Hey, guys, I want to just let you know we have like 5 pizzas in for you. It's going to be less than like 4 minutes. It's going to come out real quick. Always communicate. Don't be like customer goes into the buffet and there's no pizzas up. And you're going to pretend like you don't know about it. You know that we don't have pizza up, and have the courtesy and inform the customer knowing that we are on top of it. We have not forgotten you. We are taking care of it, sir, and we are on top of it. So Folks who are in the buffet area, hi guys, want to let you know that our kitchen staff is working hard to pump out food right now for you guys. It's going to be just a couple minutes. It's going to be less than 5 minutes usually. We've got a pepperoni pizza, a sausage, whatever pizzas we have, it'll be out there in less than 5 minutes. Is there any other pizzas you all would like, want us to put in the oven or whatever it is, and we make that happen for them as well. Over communicate. You will hear this from me always. Always smile no matter what. Table numbers not for buffet, but yes, when you have lunch specials or any other order, do not forget the table numbers or you are going to have a hard time later yourself identifying where that customer is sitting. So just put the table number up. Always check if you have enough change or not. So here's what happens. The second person who comes at 11 or the 10 a.m. person is the one who puts the registers, the money in the registers and stuff like that. And that's the person who can identify if we have enough change or not. So when the person who arrives at 11 a.m., that person does need to go get change. If you don't have change, we have a problem. And we have the advantage and the privilege of having a bank in our parking lot. Chase Bank is our bank. So they'd be happy to provide change for us. They do that all the time. So you are to get change. If you don't know how to get change, then you need to, on the board is going to be instructions on how to do it. And please do that diligently and pay attention. Don't lose money. Don't screw things up. Just so we make sure that the register at the end of the night is balanced. And so we can take care of everyone. To get change in the morning, please, somewhere between 11 to 11:30 a.m. is a good time for that. If by 11:30 it's a.m. and we don't have change, then it's not wise for someone to go get change unless we are very slow. In that case, it is possible for someone to get change. It's going to be all right as well. If not, it's going to be past 12:30 to 1 p.m. to get change, so don't forget that. One of the things that I'm going to talk about this that is very, 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 very important, I hope I'm emphasizing that enough for you, is you needing to learn how to schedule an order in the POS and over communicating it with people. So, for instance, Cormark is a company. They do service all the Valero, like corner stores or whatever it is. Cormark is our long-term customer. They are located, let me see if I have anything about Cormark here. Let's see, so let me write that here. Cormark is the name of that company. So I'm going to use this as an example because they order pretty much like every week a lot of times from us. So Cormark calls sometimes the day before or the day after. Sometimes they may call in the afternoon or in the evening, placing their order for the following day, or they may call you at 10 a.m. and they would like that delivery at 11:45 a.m. They are currently located somewhere that is about 20 minutes away from where we are located. It's in downtown San Antonio. And so Cormark Cars, so whenever they call, you take their order as if it was a regular customer. They're like, and the person who calls, her name is usually Anita. Anita is the one who usually calls. And they're like, oh, I want a double pepperoni this, I wanted that, or whatever it is. And as always, repeat back the order, no matter what it is. Any phone orders you take, repeat back the order. Hope that's clear. Always whenever you take an order on the register, lunch specials, to go, carry out, phone order, anything, you need to make sure that you always repeat back the order to the customer so we don't miss that. And then you need to schedule that order. So here it is. So Anita's going to call and say, I would like hypothetically, they're calling on a Wednesday and they want that order right now on Wednesday in the next hour and a half. So that one you don't need to schedule. You can just send it to the kitchen. Make sure to, you can always make a special request on the ticket that says delivered by 11:45, hypothetically. Or you go run back and make sure that whoever's in the kitchen, hey guys, you got that? There's a Cormark order for 11:45. I just want to remind you guys. So they have it, they know about it. And one of the things that you need to do when you take that order, so they're going to say, oh, I want this, I want that, you put it on the ticket, you repeat it back to the customer of their order, and you ask for their phone number. They're like, I would like it delivered, and then so you find that catering button or delivery button. For lack of complexity, you can put delivery button, and then you ask for her phone number. The phone number is going to come up like any delivery, and it's going to be like Anita Cormark. Always repeat back the address, the one address that, say, is this address? Hypothetically, they have 3 addresses on file. Ask which address it is. Read the address slowly to make sure it is the accurate one. And they're going to say, yes, it is this one. Okay, great. So you get that, and they're like, I would like it delivered at 11:45 this morning. Fantastic. We get that for you. Or they're like, we would like it delivered tomorrow at 11. So they may call on Tuesday, and they say, I would like it delivered tomorrow at 11:45 a.m. Always a lot of the prep time. So here's what you need to do. You need to say, thank you so much. We got that for you. And then go in and schedule that order. So scheduling that order is in the POS. On the far right, there's a button, and there's like a drop down. You click on schedule order, and you need to choose which day you want this pickup or delivery to happen. Choose the day of delivery. Choose the time that they want it delivered or picked up or whatever. And then it's asking you for prep time, when the ticket is going to print in the kitchen. And usually, it depends on the order. Any day that you schedule an order for a future, whatever it is, you want to schedule about a minimum of an hour to 2 hours. If it's more than 3 pizzas, certainly more than an hour. If it is about 3 pizzas, it's going to be 1 hour. Actually, let's shoot for an hour and a half. Let's shoot for always an hour and a half of printing it, scheduling it for prep time, an hour and a half. And so here's what happens, and then you need to grab your cell phone, and these are the times that you're only allowed, not in a visible way that a customer can see, no, because the customer doesn't know who you're texting. Text Matthew and myself, Ivory if that scheduled order is in the morning, and Luke and Sam if that scheduled order is happening anytime after 3:30 p.m. any day of the week. If it's in the morning, Ivory, Matt, and myself. If it's past 3:30 p.m., it's going to be Matthew, myself, Luke, and Sam. And you're just going to say, hey guys, heads up, there is a scheduled pickup, or there's a scheduled delivery for 5 pizzas, for 2 pizzas, for 1 garlic nuggets. It doesn't matter, at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, or something like that. Be thorough, over communicate, give us heads up so we can make sure that things are happening. Same as with Cormac. Guys, heads up, there is a delivery order scheduled for Cormac for tomorrow, Wednesday at 11:45 a.m. So if it's in the same day, if it's like they're calling that morning, they want it for at 11:45, it doesn't matter. But if it's for any time that is aside from the time of when you're not, whenever you're scheduling a ticket for a future, even if in the afternoon at 5 p.m., please send us a text message so we know that as well. Always keep an eye, and this is the last slide, folks. We've survived. Always keep an eye on the pickups and carryouts. No wait time. We want to make sure we don't have a wait time more than 10 minutes. So you want to acquaint yourself and learn how to use that tablet before going and asking our kitchen staff, hey guys, what's the status of that calzone? It may have been 5 minutes, and you may not be perceiving time and how long it's taking very well. Grab that tablet that we have in the hallway, look up, find that ticket, how long it's been. If it's hitting that 10 minutes, go back, hey guys, I just want to make sure that so-and-so pickup or carry out or whatever is in the oven already, folks. I just want to check, it's been 10 minutes on that ticket, what's the status of it? And go tell the customer, hey sir, I've got that in the oven, or we're making it right now, it's going to be less than 5 minutes as we're going to bring it out. Any lunch specials in the dining room, I think it's actually $6.99. Keep an eye on those in the dining room. We want to make sure we serve people 10 minutes or less. If we don't have slices, it may take a little bit longer, so you need to communicate to the customer. We need to make sure the customer is taken care of. What to do when someone calls asking for the owner, manager, and etc. This is a very, very important one. Let's see if... Actually, I messed it up. But I want to make sure that this is very important. You remember this. We are going to have a lot of people who call in the morning or any time of the day asking to ask to talk with the owner, with the manager, with Matt, or even hang up, or whatever it is. They may specifically know our name or ask for a manager or something like that. So here's the procedure of what you need to ask them. You always ask for their first name. May I please have your first name? May I ask what this is regarding? You're not Matthew and I may be in the building. We may not be in the building. The manager may be in the building, may not be in the building. There is only one case that you do pass the phone, and that's going to be if the person says, I am a customer, and I would like to talk to a manager. If it's a customer, it doesn't matter. You ask if it's a manager. You are to pass the phone. Always ask what this is regarding. They may say, oh, I have a question about catering. Oh, I'm unhappy about my delivery. Oh, I had something. So if it's a problem and we don't have any manager on site, or Matthew and I are not in the building, you say, you always ask, I'm sorry about that. If there was a problem with something, absolutely would be happy to take care of you. If it's a catering order or something like that, they want to know and say, can I please have your first name and your phone number, and I will have our manager or the owner or Hangum or Matt or someone give you a call within the hour. And you take a picture of that message that you took and send it in a text message to me, to Matthew, and to Luke, or Sam as well. Let's just mass text it to 4 people and say, hey, a customer is, usually it's Matthew and I or Luke, not Sam. It depends on the case. But usually if someone asking for a manager or the owners or something like that, and it's a customer has a concern and a problem, we give them a call within the hour, no problem. No matter where we are on planet Earth, we make it happen, especially if the customer's unhappy. Always ask what this is regarding, their first name and their phone number. If someone is not willing to leave their name and their phone number and what this is regarding, is most likely it's because they're a telemarketer. So they're like, oh, this is financial services something, this is about whatever it is. It's someone who's trying to sell us, oh, it's a liquor, it could be the person who is wanting to take our beer order. Always take a message when it comes to the beer order. Oh, want to know we are GLI. GLI is our beer provider. And they're like, oh, we want to know what beer order you would like. Great. Can I please have your first name and your phone number? And you are from GLI. May I ask what company you represent? They're going to, I'm from GLI. Fantastic. I will pass that message, and they will give you, if we need anything, we're going to give you a call within the hour. You take a picture of that, you send it to us, or if Matthew and I are in the building, or Luke is in the building, you give them that piece of paper so they can handle it from then on. If Matthew and I are not here, please always take a message. Even if we are there, if we're busy, it's always good to take a picture of that receipt or piece of paper, send it to us via text message. Don't, if a customer says so, do not do if a customer says, oh, can I talk to the owner? Sure, hold on just a second, and then passing it to us. That's a no. Always when a customer, anybody calling on the phone and you are passing the phone to another person, always click the mute button and have them unmute it, because you never know what the conversation is going to be like or whatever, and you don't want a customer or anybody on the phone hearing it. So always put it on mute button. And so anybody asking for us, if it's a customer about a catering order, about a fundraiser, about an unhappy customer, pass the phone to me or Matthew. Say, yes, absolutely. Can I have your first name again? And what was this regarding again? And then you pass down the phone number to us. Otherwise, take a message if we're not in the building, and we will call them within the hour. If it's any company calling us from whatever it is, take a message and pass it to us. If it's a company, if it's a telemarketer, just so you remember that. And taking a message while even we're there. If someone's calling at 6 p.m. and we are busy, please do not pass the phone number to Luke or anybody, because we are needing to take care of the 10 customers we have in the dining room and our delivery. And say, I apologize, our manager is right now in the kitchen pumping out food, but if I can please have your first name and your phone number and what this is regarding, we'll make sure to call you within the next 3 hours or something like that. You need to assess the situation. Do not pass the phone on a Friday night. We're unable to call people no matter in the rush. Somewhere between 11 to 1:30 and somewhere between 5 to 8 p.m. Those are the times that it's going to be hard, no matter what it is, and say, I'm sorry, they're unable right now to answer the phone. Sounds good? And with all of that, that is our front of the house class and training. If you have any questions, as always, please do not hesitate to ask us. And we want you to succeed. We want to take care of you. We want you to make a lot of tips. And some of these tips were, some of these advice and tips was for you to make more tips. So sounds good. With that, this is the end of this video. Thank you so much.